we're not, you know, even when we're working on the feet, we're not diagnosing any condition. What you're doing is your systems get in and out of balance all the time, okay? So it's like you're driving along and a dog runs out in front of you, you go into fight and flight nervous system. So I have a dog, I'm dog sitting at the minute, so if you hear Scotty barking, we'll just ignore her. She's watching the birds. She probably actually heard me saying the word dog. And so what you do is your fight and flight goes into, you go into that mode, but then when the danger passes, you come back down. So that's your nervous system goes up and down all the time between fight and flight and rest and digest. So likewise, your systems get out of balance all the time. And when I'm allowed to, I would get reflexology done every 3 or 4 weeks there, and it just keeps your systems nicely balanced, okay? So you've probably heard of homeostasis, the body just staying in balance, all right? So that's what the therapies do, the holistic therapies, and they're an important part of self-care, but also of managing stress, all right? So we'll start, just take your right hand there, and if you want to have the chart open as well, the thumb is the head, okay? So just give the top of the thumb there, the first third, a nice massage, okay? And don't worry about doing anything right and wrong, all right? You won't, you can't. Just give the tip of the thumb a nice massage. And if anyone wants to close their eyes, and even if you want to lie back and relax there in your chair, or even if you want to lie back on your yoga mat or on the carpet, just for this hour. And I want you just to let your thoughts come and go, okay? So such is the nature of the mind, that it's always stimulating thoughts. Remember, we get 60 to 70,000 a day. Most of them are nonsense, okay? Remember our thought box from last week. Where are we going to put our thoughts? Which box are we going to put them in? And remember, if you just keep stimulating there, the first third of the thumb, because that's the brain, the top of the head, and then just the middle of the top of the thumb is your pituitary gland, your pineal gland, and your hypothalamus, okay? So the pituitary gland is the master gland in the body, and just give that a nice squeeze in and out like that, or round and round and round, okay? So, of course, that's for your endocrine system, hormones and all of that. Just give that a nice massage. You can actually feel when you dig, don't go too light, okay? Apply good pressure and just give the master gland a nice massage there. Of course, the pineal gland regulates sleep. Regulates sleep. Just keep massaging there. There's no hurry. Okay, that's grand. Somebody else just look in the chart from last week, the facial reflexology one, and just give the top of the thumb a nice squeeze, okay? So then the nail, if you work, and it's not on the chart, but give the nail, sorry, I'm gonna have to kick you out. Give the nail a good massage. Oh, we'll have to cut her out. That is the face, okay? Just give the nail a good massage there. That's the face. Just while I put the dog out here. Come on, Scotty. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good. Okay, now we will move to the lower part of the thumb and just give that a nice massage. That is the neck, throat, thyroid, and parathyroid, okay? So just give that a nice massage. And just, again, just if you want to keep your eyes closed and just relax into the reflexology here. Just relax into it. So nice wee group on today. And remember, I'm running this program on a Tuesday night for the Oak Healthy Living Centre in Lisnaskea, and you can join via Zoom as well. You can contact them. So They're running behind, so this session I will do this coming Tuesday night with them, okay? And just give that a nice massage there. And now, when I'm doing it, and don't worry about, see if you have your thumb there on the like the front of the thumb, that's okay. Massage the front of the thumb too. Like I say, you can't do anything wrong with this, all right? This is not dangerous. And anywhere that you feel kind of wee bubbles, or those are salt deposits, and they form at the reflex points when that part of the body or the system is out of balance, okay? Good. And then let's just do, so the top of the fingers, the first third of the fingers are the eyes, again, the sinuses, and the brain as well, okay? Just give those a nice massage. And like I say, apply good pressure. Don't be too gentle, okay? Don't be tipping along. And I always find maybe you need more practice to start to notice this, but I feel the body relaxing. So if I'm holding any tension in the tummy, and that's where we do hold anxiety, as you know, we hold the tummy tight. I feel it relaxing when I'm doing this, all right? Just across all of the 4 fingers there, the tips of the fingers. We'll do one week too. There's a lovely Japanese chart we'll use, and the different, like acupuncture's Chinese, like Reiki's Japanese. It works on your energy system. So we're not just like, we don't end at the body, all right? Our energy field goes all the way around the body. So Reiki works on that, all right? It's very, very misunderstood as a therapy. Very, very powerful healing therapy. It means universal energy, okay? But it works, so all the therapies are safe. It's just a reflexology and the treatment of, we'll only be doing about 15 minutes of this morning, but if you were doing foot reflexology on a cancer patient, you would just, you do a shorter treatment with less pressure, okay? But you can still do reflexology. Good. All right, so then along the, to put on the glasses, along from the thumb, so down just at the bottom of the 2 index fingers, those are the eyes, all right? So just give the eyes a nice massage there. And then we'll get to the ears. But just, again, don't be too gentle. I was saying there about the Japanese chart for the hand. Different countries and different places just developed different systems, and they call them different things, but they all work on the same principles and the same, some of them on the same points, okay, but they just work by, they call them different things. So they're underneath my middle finger, just in the hand. It feels a wee bit tender, so give that a nice massage out there, okay? Again, nothing to worry about. And then coming along, the 2 wee fingers are the ears, okay? So just at the base of the 2 wee fingers. There isn't a chart for the back of the hand, Violet, believe it or not, okay? There isn't one in existence. I'm using the principles just of the foot reflexology. So on the big toe, the back of the big toe there is the face. So likewise on your thumb, the back is the face, okay? So just underneath, give that a nice massage. Now with the asthma, I find reflexology very, very helpful. Really, really, really helps to clear the lungs and just relax the lungs and any tension you're holding in the lungs, all right? And just keep massaging there. Like I say, we're in no panic today. Now, also I mentioned last week, a great book is Heal Your Body by Louise Hay, all right? And it is the emotional and mental causes of illness. And Louise healed herself from cancer twice. Just, you know, working on sort of the mind-body connection and how using the mind and your emotions to heal yourself too. And so, for example, just keep massaging there, guys. What it says about asthma, for example, lists lots and lots of conditions. And then, so asthma, and then the probable emotional cause, inability to breathe for oneself, feeling stifled, suppression of crying, okay? And then what we would teach ourselves is to, it's safe for me to take charge of my own life and to choose to be free, all right? It's an interesting little book. Good, so speaking of asthma, let's get on to the lungs. So just here at just underneath kind of the two, and the four fingers all the way across, but underneath where we were massaging there for the eyes and the ears is the lung, the breast and the chest area, okay? And you can work with all the fingers, or again, get your thumb in there and just give a nice dig, okay? Now you can do one hand, or you can then sit and do both, but time constraints today, because we only have the hour, we'll do one hand, but you are not missing out on anything by not doing the other hand today, because the body is mapped exactly the same on the other hand, okay? It's just like getting a booster, if you like, and just give the lungs, the heart, or the lungs, sorry, the chest, the breast area a nice massage there. And now you will feel, some of you will feel heat coming into the hands, okay? If you don't worry. And just come all the way over then, and that there just is your shoulder and your arm. So just down the side of that wee finger there is the shoulder and the arm, okay? And if your hand gets sore, just take a rest, or go to the other hand. Just work that area on the other hand if your hand gets sore, okay? And just give that a nice massage, the shoulder area and the arm, all right? And just start to do your breathing there, big deep breaths, just in and out through the nose. We can do our breathing when we're doing this as well. And funny, you know, whenever the first lockdown hit, people would have come to me for reflexology, and then I thought to myself, you know, you can do this online, the way we're doing it now. So the lockdowns have created, well, they've been the masters of invention in some cases. Okay, so the solar plexus, let's do the solar plexus. So it is just there, sort of the middle of the fingers, just down from, just sort of at the bottom end of the lung area there, the solar plexus. And the solar plexus is great. Give it a good hard massage, squeezing in and out, give it a good workout. This really releases tension from the body. Working the solar plexus really releases tension from the body. And like I say, you can move between hands. So nice heat starting to come in there now into both hands. And heat in the body when you're doing the therapies is good, okay? Heat is healing. Heat is, your body is responding to the therapy, okay? And so, for example, I would do a person's foot, would start always on the right foot, and then you maybe touch the left foot and it's burning up, all right? That's how quickly some people respond to the therapies. Okay, the liver. So for all you guys doing dry January, if you're still doing it, although you might be forgiven this year, the liver, again, a big organ, going kind of across the hand from the index fingers, just across diagonally and down, okay? And we'll work the diaphragm there too. The diaphragm just sits below the lungs, and a tight diaphragm, you can feel a tight diaphragm. You feel maybe pressure in the stomach, or if you're holding tension in the diaphragm, you're not maybe breathing as easily. Give the liver a good workout there. And then the gallbladder, okay? So the gallbladder on the body just sits below the liver. And on the chart here, it's in the middle of it, so that's okay. Oh, my screen has locked. Just keep going, guys. Good. So the diaphragm then runs across, you know the way you've got a line kind of going across your palm there? do caterpillar movements across the diaphragm there, all right? Just working your caterpillar movement across the diaphragm to release the diaphragm on the body. Big deep breaths in and out through the nose as we go. So why we in yoga would breathe in and out through the nose is because it creates nitrate oxide in the body, which is a healing particle, and that brings oxygen to your lung, to your not just your lungs, your cells. Okay, so those wee oximeters are great for, especially at the minute, for anyone with COVID as well, just keeping an eye on their oxygen levels within the body, because some are not even breathless, but their oxygen levels are low. But even with asthma, okay, my oxygen levels are 99%, which is really, really good. You wouldn't even get 100%. And other people have been testing themselves, and theirs has been like 96 and 98. So through the yoga, the breathing in the yoga creates nitrate oxide in the body. Okay, great. All right, so we're going to come down then. Let's see, where will we go now? The chart can be a wee bit hard to see. Let's do the spine. So again, caterpillar movements down the outside. Oh, so if you feel it tender, anybody, so my lower back is a wee bit tight and sore today. This is one of the reasons why I started to do yoga, is to help manage the lower back. Okay, just work your way down the spine, which is the outside of the thumb all the way down to the wrist. Okay, and just give that again, caterpillar movements down. If you have back trouble, you will probably feel tenderness down the spine. Okay, and like on the body, it goes all the way up from the lumbar region all the way up, okay, to the thoracic spine, the neck. All right, so it follows the line of the spine in the body. Good. The dog hasn't barked all morning, and then of course you start to do a class and away she goes. So if you, anywhere you feel tenderness, folks, massage it out. Give it a good massage out there, okay? And of course on the foot, the spine is down the side of the foot, the big toe side of the foot. And when we're doing foot reflexology, actually we might do that when we're on the mat today too. We might give the spine a wee twist. You can twist the spine on the foot, and it's fantastic for relieving pain. Okay, this is how I got into the holistic therapies, guys, and then trained and all. See, in terms of what they can do in terms of just managing your health, is just unreal. Okay, just keep working your spine there until I figure out from this drawing. I use it so much and then I forget. Okay, so the tummy, you're coming up here, just from the base of the thumb there. Just work in and around a wee semicircle for the tummy. Okay, and now if you've tenderness there, maybe you have, as they say, a dicky tummy, just work it out. Okay, and just keep breathing in and out through the nose. And you can change the hand and use your thumb, caterpillar movements around there. And just a wee recap on last week, because we're doing this the other night in the class on a Tuesday night with the yoke. Remember, for anyone who suffers with bowel trouble or constipation, it's underneath the cheekbones is the bowel on the face, and that can really, really, really release everything. Okay. Now, and then just in the sort of when you were doing your semicircle there, that's the pancreas. So just in the middle of your semicircle where you were doing that is the pancreas, and give that a nice, just give it a good squeeze, just push it in and out. Good. And then you're going to come in, kind of drawing a line from here on the thumb just down into maybe there on the hand are the kidneys, and just give the kidney a nice massage there. Or like I say, if you want to go over and do the other hand. So I'm really starting to feel the heat in the hands now. Anyone with inflammatory conditions, inflammation, that again is heat. That's the body trying to heal itself. Okay, so that's what you feel is the inflammation, and that is the heat. Okay, so lovely, lovely heat there around the kidneys, which is nice. And then you are going just sitting on the top of the kidney are the adrenal glands. So just give the adrenal glands a nice workout there. Okay. Adrenaline, which we all need, but adrenaline is one of the stress hormones, all right? You know the way you hear of a surge of adrenaline? Adrenaline is one of the stress hormones. Adrenaline and cortisol. So anyone who is very stressed or very anxious, you will have high cortisol levels. And another thing that the therapies do, your breathing does, your yoga does, your meditations, brings your cortisol levels down. People who are very anxious, they would tell me, I can't walk an awful lot because it triggers my anxiety, or I can't run a lot, it triggers my anxiety. And that is why, because your adrenaline goes up and your cortisol goes up. And you've already got high adrenaline and high cortisol. So you want to maybe do an exercise that brings you down as opposed to elevates those levels. Okay. Good. And now we get to the colon. So just see that really in the sort of the trough of the palm there. Just give that a nice massage or a squeeze, and that's your colon. And again, I think it's easier and nicer to do it on the face, the colon and the bowel, you know. So that's your transverse colon, and your ascending and your descending colon. And again, move to the other hand if you want to. Good. And then just coming down from the kidney, where the kidney was, just work your way down with your finger there, all the way down just into the urethra and the bladder, just on the outside of just on the bone there, and you can work back up again. So, and the facial reflexology is lovely, guys, because we will do it again, because if you get a nice oil to use, it's lovely. You can order it. I can send you the link. I use the Tropic Super Greens, and just leaves your skin just as beautiful as mine there, if you can see. Just kidding, guys. Excellent. Okay, and then just coming down for men, on the just on the wrist there, like where your watch would be, is the uterus prostate, and the other side for the ovary and the testicles. Okay, so just giving that a good massage. So if you have found any tenderness anywhere, you personally, everybody's different, just after class, just go back and keep working that out. Okay, just do both sides, so for the uterus, prostate, and for the ovary, testicle. Good. And then down here in the wee finger, just down in there, is your hip, knee, and leg. And just keep breathing in and out through the nose. And we're going to move on to our breathing exercises next, okay? Good. And even if you find yourself sometimes, maybe subconsciously, you know, you're sitting and you're doing something, or watching something, you're massaging your hand, that is what you are doing, okay? You are working the reflex points on the hand. Remember, I was telling you last week when the teachers at school used to go like this, oh, dear Jesus in heaven. Well, mine used to anyway about me. That they're working the mental stimulus points there, okay? And that's what we're doing on the hand. Okay, so let's just do our breathing. So get comfy, guys. You can lie back Relax in your chair there, and we'll do our breathing, and we'll do a wee body scan when we're doing our breathing. And I want you just to start by breathing in and out through the nose. It's almost a spring day. It's lovely and clear and bright and mild. So just breathing in and out through the nose. We'll do 3 or 4 breathing exercises today. But first of all, I just want you to become accustomed to the breath, all right? And remember that before, so there are 8 parts to yoga, but in a class we would do our breathing, our poses, and our meditation. Most people think yoga is just about the poses. It's not. There are 8 parts to it. But before the research was done into yoga, I was telling you this last week, but I want to repeat it because it's important. It wasn't thought possible to regulate your automatic nervous system, because of course it's automatic, all right? So your automatic nervous system, autonomic it's called, regulates your digestion, your heart rate, your blood pressure, all of those things that are automatic in the body, and your breathing. But once they started in the West to do more studies into yoga, the breathing and the poses and the meditation, but the breathing was found to regulate your automatic nervous system. So just keep breathing in and out through the nose. I'm just going to check on Scotty because she might want in again. Just letting the whole body settle on the mat. And I want you to start to become aware of your thoughts and let them come and let them go. So in this quiet time when we're doing our breathing, I just want you to, any thoughts that pop into your mind, I want you just to let them go. They'll pop in and they'll pop out, okay? And remember, for any worrying thoughts, traumatic thoughts, it only takes 90 seconds for them to pass, okay? So sit with the thought or the emotion if you experience them at any time. Just breathing in and out through the nose. Noticing how the forehead feels, the cheeks and jaw. Noticing how your neck feels and your throat. Even for a wee second, let your jaw hang open. Let your tongue hang heavy in the mouth. Letting your shoulders relax on the mat or on the chair. Breathing in and out through the nose. Sorry about this, guys. I'm going to put her in the studio. Letting your upper back relax and your lower back. Bum, thighs, calves and heels. Breathing in and out through the nose. Noticing, are we holding any tension or stress in the body? Noticing how the breath is. Is our breath short and shallow, or is our breath deep? And we'll just do our 4, 4, and 4, where we breathe in for 4, hold it for 4, breathing out for 4, and this brings both nervous systems into balance, your rest and digest and your fight and flight. Okay, and just a reminder that the sessions are available last week's and this. They all will be available on Northern Ireland Rural Women's Network YouTube channel to use again and again. But Paul and Anne-Marie will send out the link to that to everybody tomorrow. All right, on the count, taking the hands onto the tummy, on the count of 3, 2, 1, big deep breath in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4. Last time, in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's do our 4 and our 8. This is where we breathe in for 4 and out for 8, okay? And this is the one that starts to bring our calming nervous system to the fore, okay? So before yoga and all, when I was anxious and stressed, my fight and flight was always switched on, and now it's probably more like rest and digest most of the time. And that's where you want to get to. You want to be, no matter what happens, you know, that you're calm, like you're having a class and the dog starts to bark incessantly, you remain calm. That's the way you want to be. So it's your longer exhale that switches on your calming nervous system. So we'll do our 4 and our 8, where we breathe in for 4 and out for 8. And I want you to, and then we're going to do an even longer one, and I want you to really, really, really control your 8, okay? And feel the air. This is why we have our hands on the tummy. Feel the air leaving the body. So I want you to feel the air coming in, the chest expanding. So you're building your lung capacity. And then as you breathe out, I want you to feel the air just really, really, really leaving the body. So in some of the yoga poses, not today, but next week, we'll be working the quads, okay? So these are the muscles from the knees up. And people who exercise your quads live on average 3 years longer, okay? So there is a reason, like with the breathing, why we do it, there's a reason for it. People who breathe slower live longer. Likewise, people who build strong quads live longer, and I'll explain more about that next week. All right, we'll do our 4 and our 8 on the count of 3, 2, 1. Big deep breath in, expand the lungs, feel the tummy coming out. Good. And let's go out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big deep breath in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big deep breath in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big deep breath in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big deep breath in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big deep breath in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big deep breath in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big deep breath in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big deep breath in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, big deep breath in, tummy out, 2, 3, 4, out, tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm going to have to put her out. Just keep breathing, guys, and then we'll do our longer exhale. Hello. You coming out? Here we go. We coming out? Okay. Good. Now. Good, so that's our 4 minutes of controlled breathing. Now we're going to do another wee one where we have an even longer, you find that quite fast, Dale, the counting, is it? You'll not find this one too fast. We're going to take 2 breaths in a minute, okay? Where we're going to breathe in and then we're going to really control our exhale. Obviously go to where you can, okay? Obviously go to where you can. So if you're only able to go to like 20 seconds on the exhale, that's okay. So I find it useful. It's called Bee's Breath in yoga. So remember, it's the longer exhale. The longer exhale is the one that switches on your calming nervous system. So and then of course the fewer breaths you take per minute, people live longer, have reduced stress, feel healthier. So I find it useful to just do your inhale like this. And as well as the humming sound, you will feel the sinuses vibrating and you will feel that's the creation of the nitrate oxide, okay? All right, so, and then if the 4 and the 8 is too short for you and you're doing this at home, do, your 5 and your 10 or whatever it might be. The longer, obviously, that you can go, the fewer breaths you're taking per minute, the better, all right? And again, it's like practice. You build more lung capacity the more you practice this, all right? So we will do our inhale and then our big long exhale. We'll do a couple of these. We're no hurry. We'll run on a few minutes. There's no panic. All right, on the count of 3, 2, 1, big deep breath in through the nose. Good, okay. Let's go again. And I don't think I did 30 this time. Again, just with practice. I was doing good last night. We'll try it again, but hopefully you feel the vibrations in the sinuses. But also, I want you, when you think you're done expelling the air, I want you to just really squeeze it out of the tummy, okay? All right, we'll do one more and then we'll do some poses on the count of 3, 2, 1. Big deep breath in, tummy out. Good, so that was 30 seconds. And you know, for example, if you ever go to India or Tibet, Nepal, Himalayas, any of those places, you would visit monasteries, you would see monks are sitting doing this, you know, for hours on end each day, okay? And that is for, you know, the calmness and the relaxation that brings the relaxation response. Okay, guys, we'll do a few yoga poses. I can't remember what's on the program for next week, okay? At the start, we'll do a few yoga poses anyway, but I was going to show, if you can, if you're in a chair bound, you can still do most of those, okay? So anyone who can and wants to sit cross-legged on your mat, do. If you feel that, this is why I'm sitting on the blocks, is to show you that sitting on the blocks helps to bring the knees down, okay, and opens up the sides of the thighs there. You don't have to do that, but if your knees are high or you feel your knees are high, it's a bit uncomfortable, sit up on your blocks. Okay, so guys at home, I will not do it now, but the sinuses are just in between the toes there, and anywhere you have tenderness, there are a few yoga poses which are great for clearing the sinuses too, because remember, each yoga pose stimulates a different nerve that goes to a different part of the body. There are a couple for the sinuses which are fantastic, but what you would do is, now I'm a few wee lumps and bumps in there, a wee bit of tenderness, you would just massage all that out, and that stimulates your sinuses to work more efficiently, okay? All right, so just bring the feet together, heels as close to the bum as you can. If you're on a chair, you can still bring the feet together, soles of the feet touching, let the knees open out good and wide, and I want you just to butterfly the legs up and down, okay? This pose, butterfly pose, helps to start to open up the pelvis, hips and the groin, but I want you to sit up nice and tall, so you're getting the spine nice and straight, okay? And just keep breathing in and out through the nose, and it's really, really important in these times, especially, but at any time, it's super important that you take time out of each day for some self-care or for yourself, okay? Good. And now, so if you were again to work the spine on the foot, you would just give the big toe side of the foot a twist there, all the way up and down, and that's working the spine on the body. Okay, so legs out straight in front. This, just touching your toes pose, is a great pose for the back, the shoulders, the upper arms, and the legs. And if you can't touch your toes, don't worry, but I want you to keep your knees down, all right? Okay, big deep breath in, arms up. Relax the whole body. So again, if you're on the chair, you might want to get somebody to help you put your legs up onto another chair in front, or you can touch the toes. Let's start to come forward just from your chair, taking your hands down there as far as you can, looking up if you can. So this is why if you can't touch the toes, we would use like a prop, like a belt. We would throw the yoga belt around the feet there and just hold your pose, okay? There's a comment here, I'm just going to check it. Just hold your pose, breathing into it now, okay? Just keep breathing into it, in and out through the nose. Oh, thanks very much, Deirdre. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, this stuff's absolutely fascinating, folks, okay? And I started to teach because I was just doing all this on myself, and then I thought, God, you know, while I'm doing it on myself, I can be doing it with others as well and get paid for it. Sure, that's always a bonus. Okay, so now guys, let's just start to open up the legs as far as you can. Just taking them out as far as you can and dropping the head and just breathing into that. Don't worry if your hands are on your knees or your shins or your calves, wherever you can get to, that's okay. Remember, it takes a while for the body to open up. Good. And then anyone that can, just take your hands down the big toe side of the feet towards the heels, dropping the head, elbows against the knees if you can. Just going that wee bit lower, only if you can. In yoga, always just do what you can, okay? And keep taking big deep breaths in and out through the nose. This is a great pose for the lower back, all right? So the lower and deeper you can go, the better. But don't be rushing it. Don't injure yourselves, okay? Just go slowly and let's come up out of that. So speaking of the lower back, I'm going to show you now a few poses for the lower back that you can do at home also. If you're on a chair, what I want you to do is just sit forward on your chair, and I want you to push the chest out so that you're bringing the lower back in, just like that, like a C shape. So you're pushing your chest out, shoulders are back, and you're feeling your shoulder blades hitting in, but your lower back, I want you to feel it coming into a C shape. And we're going to do the same on the floor, okay? So just get down onto your tummy on the carpet there, or on the yoga mat if you have one. The great thing about yoga is you don't need, it's not expensive sport or therapy. You don't need all these things, okay? You can use the carpet. You don't need a mat. You can use a trouser belt or a tea towel. You can use books as bricks. Okay, and let's just go up and straightening the arms, and don't be lifting the tummy off the mat. If you feel this really tight, just move your arms forward more. Okay, and then we're going to move them back just to allow the lower back there, the base of the spine, just to open up, okay? And then walk your hands back a wee bit if you can. So once the body adjusts, once the muscles adjust, you are able to, once the muscles adjust, you are able to go deeper into the pose. And then those that can, again, take the hands back more, arms nice and straight. Just starting to come into Cobra now, looking up. This is one of the poses that works the vagus nerve, which goes from the groin to the throat, the vagus nerve carries signals all the way up the nervous system from your groin, tummy, heart, lungs, throat, all the way up into the ears and the head, and down we come out of that. So a wee bit deeper if anyone wants to try it. Go into full Cobra, hands beside the shoulders, big deep breath in, breathing out, up we go. So just doing the lower back today because a lot of people have back trouble, especially lower back trouble. Push back onto the knees, open the knees out a wee bit. And just take the bum back onto the heels. And hands out, nice and wide. Just allowing the back to relax there. But we're also lengthening now the upper arms, lengthening the shoulders, working any tension out of the shoulders by walking the hands as far forward as you can. Don't bend the elbows onto the mat. Keep the arms nice and straight. Keep the bum back as far as you can onto the heels. Keeping keep walking the hands forward just until you can get the forehead as low as you can. So get nice length into the back now, nice length into the spine, and you'll feel that if you have the hands nicely as far forward as you can, you'll even feel that stretch up the inside of the arms into the armpit there. Walking the hands back and just come into hero pose. So anyone with, I also started to do yoga because I couldn't sit on my hunkers, okay? We're just coming into hero pose. We'll run on for a few minutes because we'll call it Scotty time. Scotty interrupted us. And if you have sore knees or tight quads there, or sore ankles or feet, pop bricks or a few books or a cushion in underneath. So guys, even if you have, like I have a bad right knee from when I used to run a lot, the yoga really, really, really helps it, all right? But it was tough at the start because it was tight and sore, but you have to keep moving. If you have, you know, arthritis or bursitis or any inflammatory condition, the temptation is to do nothing because you're too sore. Guys, you have to keep moving, to keep loosening up. And of course, yoga is one of the best exercises for that. And just come up into tabletop. We're going to work the feet out in the other direction now. Tuck your toes in and pop up into your downward dog, okay? Now, for anyone that's on a chair, what I want you to do is, I'm going to do a twist of the waist with you guys, but just stay, for you in downward dog, keep those heels back and out, okay? Keep pushing back off the hands, wrists and arms. If you wouldn't be able to get your heels back there, then what you would do is you would pop your yoga blocks or your books in underneath the hands. So you guys stay there for a minute. We'll just do a twist of the waist for anyone who might be in the chair, okay, or can't get into your downward dog. So if you're in the chair, I just want you to take your arms up and just do a wee twist of the waist, trying to go round deeper more each side as you go, okay? All right, we'll get back. Don't come out of your downward dog, guys. We're holding it for a minute. Great pose for the calves, the downward dog. Lovely. Then walk the hands back and just let the hands fall towards the toes. Again, the heels are out, but I don't want your weight back on the heels. I want your weight forward more, and then I want you to take your hands just as low as you can, getting a nice stretch. And this is a great pose, rectangle. Getting a nice stretch just up the back of the legs, giving the back a nice stretch. This is a lovely one for the shoulders too, and across the top of the shoulders, the upper back, this one. And you're just going to keep holding that pose. And while we hold the poses, you want the body to open up, so we hold the poses for longer, okay? You're just going to hold for a few more seconds there, and then we're going to come out of that and we're going to do our meditation, all right? And so whenever lockdown ends, the pandemic's under control, what we are going to do, thanks CJ, glad you're enjoying it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to organise a couple of training events for where you can learn how to do all this stuff, like yourself, and for family and friends, okay? Self-care, self-healing and all the rest of it, but do it face to face. And just come out of your pose and onto your mats for relaxation. So it's just turned 1 o'clock. We'll do a few minutes of meditation. And a wee word about meditation, okay? You have two brains, well, two parts. It's not even your brain, this is more your mind. Your mind is different to your brain. In yoga philosophy, actually, we would believe that the mind comes from the heart, okay? You have a busy head, most of us do. So the purpose of meditation is, it's not to turn that head off, because that won't happen, but what meditation will do is allow you to get in behind that active thinking mind to a place of complete peace, calmness and serenity, all right? And that's why meditation is so powerful, so beautiful. And also studies and research done has proven that meditation is as effective as antidepressants in the treatment of depression. Now, I'm not saying to anyone who's on antidepressants, chuck them in the bin and start doing meditation. You need to come off those slowly, all right? And work on the underlying thought processes, emotions or belief systems that's causing the condition, okay? So that's just a wee bit about meditation, just lying back on your mat, closing the eyes, and I want you to imagine we're walking up a country lane, and it's a frosty day and you can feel the frost on the feet, underneath the feet. You can feel The blades of grass are frozen solid. The earth is crisp. And as you walk deeper and deeper, you come to a forest and you just walk through the forest. The trees are comforting. Huge trees that withstood the test of time, and they're comforting. And you feel safe here. And there's a tree stump in front of you and you just sit down on it. Just crossing the legs over, and you're relaxed and calm and at peace. And it's dark here and night starts to fall, but you've no sense of fear and danger. And remember that fear and feelings of fear also come from the mind. They're not real, mostly. And you just look up and the clouds open, the night clouds open, and the moon comes out. And you're just bathed in beautiful moonlight and a moon ray. As you sit there, you're bathed in a beautiful moonlight and moon ray. And it is a new moon time. And the new moon time is the time to do our affirmations and our manifestations, our prayers, all the time maybe, but especially around the energy of a new moon. The full moon is to let go, and the new moon is for new things, new hopes, new dreams. And you just sit and you take everything that's good in your life and you place it into your heart. And as you're bathed in that moonlight, I just want you now to reaffirm maybe our New Year's resolution. Maybe take a new resolution. Maybe it's to practice self-awareness more, self-care, manage our thoughts better, observe our mind better with amusement and a sense of humour. Remembering that we are not our minds, treating it sometimes as outside of ourselves, watching it with amusement and humour and irony at sometimes what we think about ourselves and others, putting those thoughts into the negative thought box, letting those thoughts go, filling our minds with positive things, beautiful thoughts, beautiful situations in our lives with beautiful people, warm, generous, loving, forgiving people and world that we live in. So much goodness out there at the minute. All those people who are working so hard for us, especially in the health service, but also in supermarkets and shops, risking their lives as well. And then the clouds just fold over and the moon goes in. And I want you to keep that affirmation in your heart. And you just get up from the stump of the tree and you walk back through the forest, back the way we came, back along the country lane. And when you're ready, just bring your awareness back into the room, turn it onto your right side, away from your heart. And if you want to, just come up into a comfortable position, or you can stay if you're really cozy and relaxed where you are. And one of the things I loved about philosophy when we were taught it in India was that they live by each new moon, okay? So a new moon was always a new beginning. I always find it strange now that we have one new beginning at the New Year's Day, okay? New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, we've one new beginning, but they live very much by a new moon, another new beginning, okay? And it's a lovely forgiving attitude and approach to life. And also, of course, then the full moon time is a time to let go, all right? Let go of hurts, anger, negative emotion, process it and let it go, forgiving ourselves and others. So well done, everyone. I can't remember what's on the programme for next week. If you want to catch this one again, I'll be doing it on Tuesday night with the Oak Healthy Living Centre at 8:30 to 9:30. You need to contact them to register. It's a great program at that time of the night because it's super for sleep, okay? Because then you can have your cup of tea, hot bath, and just go off to sleep. So we'll be doing the hand reflexology with them again on Tuesday night. Thanks so much for joining in. The sessions will be on the Northern Ireland Rural Women's Network YouTube page or site after this. Okay, last week's on there too for anyone that missed it. And well done. I hope you found that relaxing and enjoyable. Thanks, Paula, and enjoy the rest of your day then. Thanks, Diane. We cover a lot in these sessions, guys, but there is a lot to cover. This is a huge field, and the more lovely lunch break, good Denise, food for the body. It is indeed. And remember, thanks, Eamon, food for the body, okay? And we'll do more yoga one of these days, all right? And look, take care of yourselves, all right? And remember, this time will pass. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Maura and everybody. Bye.